Hi there everyone, how are you? Today I'm going to show you how to use Celestial Cosmetics stamping polish. That's these ones just here. I'll pop a link in the comment section so you can see where you can purchase them from. I'm going to show you how to use these to make a three-tone effect on your nails using stamping plates. And after that I'm going to be showing you how to use your stamping polishes to make them more opaque. You'll find with some stamping polishes, these Celestial Cosmetics are fantastic for stamping on light colours. They're really crisp and clean images, but then if you stamp them over black or grey, you find that you don't really see them because they haven't got enough opaqueness to stamp on dark colours. But I'm going to show you a way to get around that by using a little bit of white as well. Okay, so let's get started. I'm using a Fabua Nails stamping plate. This is number Fun 12, and I'm going to be using both the glitter effect and also the zigzaggy chevrony effect here and I'm going to be stamping on some swatch sticks today, and at the end I will pop in my post some pictures of some manis I've done as well. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is grab the colours you'd like to use. I'm going to use some white and just put a line of white over the stamping plate that you want to use. Now when you do this, I always recommend that you leave a gap between the colours that you're stamping, only a small gap. By doing that, when you actually scrape, the polish will like squash out a little bit, and if you've left a gap you'll get less of a murky effect between the colours. If you want that effect and more of a grading, if you're using three similar colours, sure, go right ahead and do that. As you can see here, by doing that, I've got clean colours on there, and I'm going to stamp that on the stick now. There you go, you can see there. So I've got three clear colours stamped. Very simple, very easy to do. So if you don't want a uniform effect and you want more of a mishmashy effect, another thing you can do is you can do little splotches. I'm going to do it on here. So you just put different colours on. I'll grab some white as well. And I might grab some green as well. Now remember that to a degree when you scrape this, they are going to mix a little bit, but as you can see there, they haven't mixed too much. Again, I pick it up with my stamper and stamp down. That was easy to do that, I lay it down. And there you go, you've got a mixed effect. Some things it doesn't look that great on, it doesn't look fantastic on that particular pattern, but if we then try it, for example, on say the glitter effect one, let's do that. Let's put some red, some green, and some gold. It's a bit Christmassy, this one. Then scrape. You can see already that it's going to have a better effect. And then you can just stamp it. There you go, you can see that you've got a mix of different colours. So you don't ever have to have that same simple black stamping, green stamping, red stamping. You can have a variety of colours and get great different effects. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you, and this time I'm using a lead light lacquer plate from Messy Mansion, is how to make a polish like, for example, this one here. Now I'm going to swatch this for you and just show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to pop some colour down and scrape it. Now this is just Celestial Cosmetics Denim. It's a fantastic colour. It's bright, vivid. Oh, I love it. And when you stamp on it, you can see that it stamps absolutely unbelievably well on white, but you can probably see you can't see it on the black at all. It's not visible at all. Okay, so as I just showed you on that swatch stick, it's great over white, but over black it's very hard to see. A lot of stamping polishes are like this. They're fantastic over white, but over dark colours you can't really see them. even that's the case, the Celestial Cosmetic ones, stamping polishes I'm using now, I use them quite a lot because over light colours they are so crisp, there's no lumps in them, they're smooth, they're easy to use. Some stamping polishes I have used have been a little bit lumpy because yes, they've put lots of pigment in them to get them opaque, but sometimes you can get lumps of pigment in your stamping plate and you don't get that crisp, clean image, where with the Celestial Cosmetic ones I find that I get a perfect image every single time I use them. So to get around the problem with them being not opaque, one of the ways you can use is grab your colour, you've just seen that was not opaque at all, pop some on your plate, navy blue. Then all you need to do is grab a tiny little bit of white, like so. Scrape down and keep scraping over and over and over again, like you're mixing. And once it's all mixed in, that's great. Press it down. You'll see it comes up here, very similar in colour to the previous one. Stamp, but look at the difference. You can clearly see that on the black. Now here's a comparison of the two. This one here on your left is the polish by itself, the denim by itself, and the one on the right is the denim with a small amount of white. Let's see if I can focus in better on this. I don't know if this thing will let me focus. Well, there you go. As you can see, the two colours themselves, they don't look very different at all. The blue is almost identical, but by adding that little bit of white, you can see that I've stamped on the blue and black, and where you can see, you can't see it here, you can clearly see it's opaque and it goes very well over the black, and you can see that. I'm actually going to show you now that not only with the blue but with any colour you can do this. Let me just grab some green. I'm going to show you before and after. I'm going to do this on some black card, save some of the swatch sticks. So that's the green. I'm going to stamp that here. And as you can see, or you can't see, it's very, very difficult to see it. Now I'm just clean that off. Now all I have to do is pop the green again, but this time with a little bit of white. And like I said, you don't need a lot, you only need a very small amount. Scrape backwards and forwards until it's mixed through. Stamp. And there you go. That's the difference. You can clearly see the green when it's got white in it, but you can't really see it when it hasn't got white in it, and the colour itself doesn't change very much at all. It just makes it more opaque. I hope this has been informative for you. I find that even if you try this with, for example, a metallic polish, I'll do that now for you actually. Here we go, we've got Midas. Now Midas actually stamps quite well on black. I'll show you now. Let's put a bit of Midas down. There we go. I'm just going to excuse my arm. Okay. So that's Midas. That stamps really well. That stamps really well with over black. But if you add a little bit of white to it, like I said, only a little bit of white. You don't need a lot. Mix it through. Excuse my arm again. Okay, it's going to make it even more opaque. Though you have to remember that the lighter the colour is, so for example Midas is a very light colour to start with. If you add white to it, it's going to make it even lighter, as you can see there. Whereas the green was a dark green to start with, so by adding a very small amount of white, it didn't make a massive difference. Which is the same with the blue as well. The blue didn't change very much at all. But like anything that you do, if you add white to something, it is going to make it to some degree a lighter colour. I hope this has been informative and it's helped you get the most out of your stamping polishes. I'll be popping some more posts up and some videos over the next couple of weeks. So subscribe to Loki's Lacquer YouTube channel, and also check out www.lokislacquer.com. And if you need any nail aprons, don't forget you can pick them up at www.storeenvy.com. multicoloured.com. And excuse the lamp has just dropped. And it's Loki's Nail Vinyls. Until next time, bye.